Okay, so now we're going to be looking at our revolve assignment, which is assignment number 4. So by clicking on assignment number 4, revolves, you're going to notice that there are 6 models that you're going to be creating. And those models, the details for those are going to be in the PDF that is attached here to this assignment. Okay. I do have it printed out and I'm going to be putting it underneath, but you'll notice that each one of our models is worth 10 points like it normally is. And then you're going to be submitting the screenshots again, like you normally have been. Okay. So, so let's take a peek underneath and look at the items that we have assigned here. Okay. So the first problem that we have here is called the tapered axle. Okay. The tapered axle, you're going to notice the center line going through here. So, in this case, they want you to put the origin at the center line of this axle. Okay. At the center line of that axle. So what that means is down the middle right here is where that front plane is going to be. Okay. So to create this, number 1, you're going to do a revolve. So you're going to go in on the revolve. You're going to create your datum center line first and foremost. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to look down here and you're going to create half of this on one side as a closed loop. Okay. Then you are going to mirror that side in the sketch. You're still in the sketch. You're going to mirror it to the other side and get rid of the line that's here, because otherwise it'll have that over itself. You have to get rid of those 2 lines so that it kind of makes it all one piece that is now a mirror image and evenly distributed on both sides of that center plane. Okay. Once you have that mirrored, now you can do the revolve. Okay. Now you can redo the revolve. Then there are 2 more features here. There are 2 more features. There is a little keyway on the end here. Okay. And that keyway, you're going to actually put in on the front plane. The front plane is still going to go through here. Okay. The front plane is going to be along here. And then you're going to do a symmetrical extrude. Okay. This one's a little challenging. So after we do our overview, I'm probably going to do a demo on that one. Okay. So that you kind of understand that, because this one, there is multiple parts. And then the last part is going to be putting the hole in. Now, something on the keyway I want to let you know, because if it seems like it just depends on how Creo feels. The first time I did this, the first practice that I did, it mirrored fine over the right plane. But then the second time I did it right before class today, just to, like, again, getting fresh and practicing, it didn't want to do the mirror. So then I had to actually do the very same thing on the other side. So however you have to get it in, it's fine. The mirror may or may not work. I'm not exactly sure what I did differently, but there must have been something. Then the next models that we have here, same thing. There is going to be the opportunity to do the revolve on that cross section, but then there's probably going to be some cutaways that you have to do. So for instance, you would create this first as an actual radius, part, but then you would do an extrude, cut, or remove material in order to take this part away. Okay. So what you would do is you would create this profile underneath, revolve at 360 degrees, but then take material away through the extrude function to get the slice on the top. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes. Correct. Revolve is only going to be like adding an even cross section around 360 degrees. It's still an efficient way to do it because you can still get that initial profile in there, but then you're just gonna have to do an extra cut on that extrude function. Okay. All right. So that's that one. The next one that we have is going to be a V-belt pulley. Okay, a V-belt pulley. So here's our center line. You're going to want to draw the very top here, and then in the middle there is a bore out of the outside, but additionally there is a keyway. All right. So you would put this in as a circle the first time through, and then you would do an extrude from one end, and you're going to add that rectangle and then cut through the entire length. Okay. The next one we have here is the tapered wedge. The tapered wedge. So you'll notice again, down that center line, the profile going all the way, whoopsie, all the way around. And then there's going to be a little keyway on the top here to take away. And then also there's going to be a pinhole at that location there. All right. So again, the base is a revolve, but then there's a couple other features after the fact. Okay. And then there's two more. The next one we have here is a clutch cone. All right. And here you'll notice the profile as well. This one is going to be, it's a single revolve. And then there aren't any other features on this one, but there's a little bit more construction on the revolve. All right. Oh, I take that back. There are two chamfers on either end. You would add those as separate features on the feature level, not as part of the revolve. Okay, so there is those two extras.
I think it wants you to add radius on all the sharp edges too.
Oh,
right
it
before the
does say
die
that.
change.
Yep, 32nd of an inch. Yep, thank you. Yep, you're right. That would be an extra function as well. And I would do that at the feature level. Do it as a round, not a fillet in the sketch, because yeah, it's just the better place to do it. Thank you for reminding me, David.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking up now because your voices are coming through the speakers in here rather than my computer. So I know you're here, not there. All right, so there's that one. And then the very last one is going to be, they call it the challenge problem. So I don't want that to, make you think otherwise, but this one has a little bit more involved in the sketch itself. And yeah, I think just make sure that you read. There's some 16th of an inch rounds that they have here in fillets. So pay attention to that. But overall, it's this one's a good problem as well. There is a taper here from this diameter. It goes all the way down to 1.56 on this side, 1.44 on this side. So what I did when I created it, I actually created it as a tube to start off with. And then I added these other portions by trimming away the sections I didn't need. Okay. I did do it all in one single revolve, but to get this, in line, I created that as its own feature before, or not its own feature, but in the sketch, I created that line as one line. And then I added these and trimmed away that section in the middle. Okay. So there is some stuff here. So you have the rest of the evenings to kind of look at these things. I'm gonna demo this one for you to kind of get it kicked off. Okay. Because I think these keyways can be just a little tricky. And then I'll let you work on, getting these. And if you have any questions during our time here together, I'm available. But there's also, we have that substitute teacher tomorrow night as well. So let me know if you haven't already, if you plan on being here. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to stop the overview here in the recording, but I'll do the demo of the tapered axle on its own recording. Okay.